Hi, I'm Ellie, I'm course leader of photography. The photography A-level is 100% coursework. In terms of entry requirements, you just have to have your 5 level 4s or above that you need to get into the college, but it can be helpful if you've done an art subject before, because it means you'll be used to working in sketchbooks and kind of working on that continuous basis that we use.
Hi, my name is Clara and I study photography at Godalming College. I think it's quite creative. I think it allows you to explore like a lot of different things. And definitely studying it here, there's like a lot of facilities to use, so that really like made me want to go for it.
The outline of the course, your first term is all about learning different techniques and trying new things. Then when we get to Christmas, we move you into a paper sketchbook rather than a digital one, so you get to be a little bit more creative and experimental with the ways that you display your work. And we start to think more about how kind of concepts and ideas are communicated through photographs. Then we'll do a practice project so that you kind of understand how to string ideas together and develop your work. Then it will be kind of over to you. So you'll have the opportunity to do a short kind of independent project, and it's up to you what you focus that on. That sets us up for going into your second year.
Hi, my name's Lamorna and I study photography. I first chose to study photography because I did graphic design at GCSE. However, I was really interested in taking my work further from that and developing into like a new sort of subject matter that I hadn't really touched on before.
The photography A-level is based on 2 components. So component 1 is a very long project that's from July of your first year to the end of January of your second, and that's worth 60% of your grade. It is completely up to you what you choose to focus that project on. So hopefully after the first year, you'll kind of know what you like, what you don't like, and where your interests lie. So you can create an interesting project for you.
Hi, my name's Caitlin. I study photography and politics. I chose photography because I wanted to do something creative alongside an academic subject. I really enjoy that there's a lot of creative freedom and we have a lot of scope to do whatever we want with the cameras.
Then component 2 is in the February of your second year. You'll get a choice of 8 different topics from the exam board. You pick your favourite one and then you create a project just like you did for component 1. So you'll have lots of practice for that one. That lasts about 8 weeks and then you do a 15-hour exam. It's not a traditional exam. What you do in that time is process your final shoot. So like you edit it, make sure you're happy with the images, and then you design your final outcome. That could be a gallery display, it could be a book, and we have all the resources in college for you to be able to produce that to kind of a professional quality.
Photography is really good because we have a studio and we also have a dark room which we can use. They're all completely free to use. We have cameras, like digital cameras you can take out, as well as film cameras.
And the support from the department is really good. The teachers have like thought things through. There's pretty much everything that you would need.
The teachers were really, really helpful. They really helped inspire me at first, and then when I had my own ideas for a project, they helped give me ideas or help me along to like help develop my overall concept for my shoots.
In terms of the resources that we do have at the college, we have a small dark room. So if you're interested in analog processes, in film and things like that, there's scope for you to explore it. We also have a professional grade studio with a range of different studio lights and different kind of accessories that go on them. We've got colour backdrops if you're interested in more of like a fashion aesthetic, or we've got traditional black and white backdrops as well. We have inkjet printers in each of the classrooms that we use, and we also have a large format printer in our technician's office. So when it comes to making those outcomes, if you would like to go big, you can, and all of that is free for you to use.
The process of taking a shoot pretty much works as there's a batch of research to do, which is usually based around an artist, but you can also study other things like articles, films or documentaries, and that research will be used to form your idea for a shoot. And then you plan the shoot out in your sketchbook. take the shoot, and then you annotate all the photos, edit the ones you like, and then eventually you will analyse your final edits and you'll be able to present them by printing them on like shiny paper or matte paper. And the present process is like very rewarding after like that week's worth of like analysing.
In terms of equipment required for the course, you don't necessarily need to have anything. We have a large stock of cameras that we loan out to students, and you can borrow them over the holidays, over the weekends, anything at all that you might need. I do recommend that you have your own camera if possible, just because it's easier logistically. It means you haven't got to remember to come and borrow one or to bring it back. You also get a free Adobe Creative Cloud subscription when you join the college, which means you can have Photoshop, Lightroom, Bridge, InDesign, any of those programs that you might need. You can access them from home or in college.
My favourite bit is probably learning different types and like different mediums of photography. I've had the chance to work with not only just digital photography but also film and scanning in photos and like using these and like digitally manipulating them on Photoshop, and as well as like physically manipulating them by cutting them out and sticking them in a multitude of different ways.
We have weekly one-to-ones where we can get support from the teachers, and there's also technicians available for technical support.
My favourite was probably making the outcomes, because you do all this work throughout the year and then making the outcome, which for me was my book. It was just such a big like reward and such a creative experience.
So in terms of careers that students go on to do, there's a really wide range of things that you can get into in photography. We have lots of students who go on to do things like marketing and advertising. You can of course go on to do a photography degree and kind of go more down a fine art route, or you can go down more of a commercial route. Some students also do things like graphic design and media, so photography pairs well with them if you're interested in going down that route.
I'm going to Nottingham Trent to study fashion photography at uni, and hopefully I'll go into freelance photography.
I think when I finish, I definitely want to pursue photography through like forms of travel and landscape photography. I think taking a camera outside into like natural conditions for me is very fun.
Studying photography A-level has really helped develop my love of photography. I think that now that I've studied photography at A-level, I've found a new love for it, and I may go on and continue that at university.
Alternatively, photography has a lot of transferable skills that can be helpful in loads of other careers, because it will be really important for you to manage your time. You learn to kind of analyse images and understand what's being communicated, and all of these things can go on to help you in any other career. Independent research is also a really big part of it. So kind of figuring out what you're looking for, finding out information is also a key part. If this course sounds of interest to you, you can come along to an open evening and see some more examples of student work. Or every July, we hold a big exhibition for the upper sixth students. So that's a really good insight where there'll be loads of students that you can chat to. Alternatively, there is the Godalming College Arts website, where again, you can see more examples of the work created on the course.